Welcome warriors and farmers of Tamaris to another Call of Dragons video. In today's episode, we are going to have a look at the top 5 most useful war pets in Call of Dragons. These pets are guaranteed to give you some good values against your enemies, and you are never going to regret investing in them. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe for more content, turn on the bell notification and never miss out. Like the video, share it with your friends, leave some comments down below. Let's get right into it. Alright, warriors of Tamaris, there are so many war pets in Call of Dragons, and the good thing is you don't need to invest in all of these war pets. In today's episode, I'm going to show you the 5 most useful war pets in the Call of Dragons. A lot of you already know that war pets are very good for helping you do damage, so today's video is going to help you pick the best 5 pets for your account. The first one on our list is going to be the Sapphire Frederick. Sapphire Frederick is a universal magic war pet. This pet can be used with pretty much any magic march in the game. If you don't know what to do for your magic marches, this pet is the solution. Now, what is so good about this pet? The pet can do so much damage. When it comes to the attributes, you should be looking for a 344 intelligence. If you are lucky, you can get 310 spirit. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. So what can this pet do for you in the open field against your enemies? It has the ability to hit up to 3 targets. So let's go to the bottom over here and see the damage output of this pet when you smash your enemies in the open field. As you can see here, with an intelligence of 345, a 3-star Sapphire Frederick is capable of doing 460 damage. Now this is a lot of damage. To make things even better, you can get this skill known as the Advanced Pain Bloom. Now Pain Bloom hits more enemy legions. With every 155 points of spirit, Pain Bloom hits an extra enemy legion. So when we go back over here, if you have a spirit of 310, you will be able to hit 2 additional targets. Now this pet is going to be doing 460 damage to 3 targets, which is just ridiculous. As you can see from here, this is the damage factor of the pet. Now if you add up all of those 3 damage, it is almost equivalent to the skill damage of Bertrand. This is why it is very important for you to work on your war pets. So this would be one of the most useful war pets that you should invest for your account. You are never going to regret investing in this war pet. The good thing is you can use this pet with pretty much any magic troop type. To add more stuff to this, the pet has an intense version of the Pain Bloom. Now it says here, each time you inflict Scorch, Horrorfrost or Ensnare on one enemy legion, Pain Bloom deals more damage the next time it is cast. So this is what you get from the pet. So this skill can help you do more damage for the Pain Bloom when you use the Lilia Scorch, when you use Velin and Walter Horrorfrost, and then you have Ensnare from Alwyn. So this is one of the pets that you should invest. It is S tier pet. The Shadow Manticore is a fantastic physical war pet that was added recently to Call of Dragon. This pet pretty much solved the problems with all the physical marches in the game. The pet has the range of the archers, which means you can use it with pretty much any archer march in the game. This pet does not have any restriction. As it says from here, deals damage to the target legion and receives healing. There is no restrictions whatsoever. You can use it with pretty much any physical march in the game. You can also use it with your cavalry and infantry. It is going to do damage. I call this the Sapphire Frederick of the physical troop type. So if you're wondering what to use with your physical marches, this pet is going to be the solution. Now the good thing with this pet is that you have the ability to double up the damage by going for the intense barbarism. So let us see what this pet is capable of doing at 3 stars. We're going to scroll to the bottom and then find some of the skills over here. So this is a 3-star barbarism. Unfortunately, I don't have very good attributes, but we're going to work with what we have over here. So we go back here, we go to the pet skill. Now here the damage is how many? 275. Now if you can get a 3-star version of the intense barbarism, you should be able to do a lot of damage. As you can see here, it is like doubling the damage of this pet, which is very good. Now the good thing with this pet is that you don't need to get the advanced barbarism. The advanced barbarism is designed for someone like Magrat or pretty much anyone in the game who can do some healing from their hero skills. But the intense barbarism is going to double up the damage of this barbarism and help it do a lot of damage. You can use this pet with Syndrion March, you can use it with a Kinara March, you can use it with Nico, you can use it with Craig, you can use it with any cavalry, you can use it with any infantry in the game. It is kind of like the Sapphire Frederick of the physical troop type. If you don't know what to do for your physical troop types, this pet is going to be your solution. And the good thing is, you can start capturing it from Season 1. You can even build just the Shadow Manticore to be your Archer Warpet for the entire game. You don't need to even work on pets like the Night Rock or the other one that has the defense break, because that pet is going to require you to max out your Kinara, which is something most free-to-play players cannot do. So this pet is going to be one of the pets that you need to invest for most of your Archer marches. Good thing is, you don't need to worry about the end of season skills. And as we know, it is not easy to win a season to get a 3-star end of season skill. This pet is going to solve that problem. Now, another reason I like this pet is that the intense barbarism is available in this gift draw. You can get lucky and get a 3-star version of the intense barbarism from here. So let's keep scrolling. As you guys can see here, with just a single pull, you can get this skill from here, and that is pretty good. You have to be very, very lucky though. All in all, the Shadow Manticore is one of the best physical war pets in the game. I would recommend that you build this pet. It's going to be very, very useful for a very long time. If you're looking for any war pet for the infantry troop type in Call of Dragons, then the Venomous Lizard should be at the top of your list. This pet is going to solve all of your infantry problems. It says 12% chance to inflict poison on an attacker for 3 seconds when your legion is hit by a normal attack. So this is the damage output of the pet. When someone touches you, you are going to trigger the skill of this pet and immediately start doing damage to them. Your infantry are always going to be the first ones in the front line. And when they enter the battle, they are going to be hit by multiple people, which is very, very good for you. Now this skill only has a 12% chance to trigger, but thing is, infantry are always being hit by 30 plus people, which means you will be triggering this skill almost every second, helping you do a lot of damage. And when you put the crit skills for this pet, you should be getting so much damage against your enemies. Hands down, one of the best pets for the infantry. Now the advanced infection is a good skill to have. You can get it for the end of season skills. Unfortunately, it is not so necessary for this pet because your infantry will be targeted by 20 plus people, which means you're getting 20 normal attack taken every second. You're gonna have a high chance to trigger this pet without the advanced infection. And then the intense infection is going to be a personal choice. I would prefer you put something like the tooth and claw that's going to be used by other skills on your pet as well. Now, all in all, this is a fantastic physical pet. The good thing is you can use it with any physical march in the game. You will never regret investing in this pet. You can also use it with your archers. However, the pet will give you very good value when you use it on your infantry. So this is one of the top 5 pets in Call of Dragons that you need to invest in terms of infantry and even cavalry if you want it. If you like to suicide your cavalry, this could be a very, very good pet for you. One of the most unique war pets in Call of Dragons is hands down the Sand Lizard. So many people underestimate the Sand Lizard in Call of Dragons. It is actually one of the best war pets available in the game. As of right now, I have got the Advanced Stone Aura that's going to shorten the duration of this war pet. Now this war pet says your legion heals up to 4 of your nearby legions every 4 seconds because of my end of season skills while in battle. So this is the healing factor. This pet is super awesome. As of right now, it is the best pet to use with Magrat and Zeta. However, you can use this pet with pretty much any troop type. The AoE healing is going to be very, very good. When it comes to kiting your enemies, This pet, I think, is the best in the game for doing that, because every time you hit an enemy and then you get a war report, this pet is going to give you some healing. So you can hit one target and then move back and then go back and hit another target. You are going to keep healing throughout the entire duration of your fight. It is very, very good pet for kiting your enemies. The good thing is it's going to heal up to 4 of your other legions. Now let's say on average you heal maybe 150 with this pet for a single legion. When you heal 4 legions, that is 600 healing that you have got for all of your 4 legions. And most of the pets do their skill damage after 14 seconds. So in 14 seconds you can trigger this ability like maybe 3 times if you have the end of the season skills. So that is like 600 healing times 3, which is a lot. 1800 healing. That is pretty good. So the Sun Lizard would be one of the pets that you should invest in the game. And so many people right now are using support marches in Call of Dragons and they don't know what to use with their support marches. So this Sun Lizard would be the perfect solution. What can you get from a 3-star Sun Lizard? You can get some good healing from this pet if you get a 3-star version. As of right now, I haven't seen anyone in the game with a 3-star Sun Lizard. It is something I am gonna try and get very, very soon. Overall, this is a fantastic pet that you're never going to regret using. You can use it with your archers, you can use it with your mages, you can use it with cavalry, you can use it with infantry, you can use it with anything, you name it. This pet is going to be very, very valuable for a very, very long time. The Blade Manticore is another fantastic physical warpet that was added recently to Call of Dragons. This pet has solved a lot of problems for the cavalry warpets in the game. Previously, we had pets like the Golden Rock. Unfortunately, this pet requires you to have some kind of passion to trigger the skill damage. You have pets like the Berserk Frederick. This pet requires you to put some debuff on an enemy to trigger the skill. Now, most of the cavalry heroes in the game cannot generate passion or, put a debuff on the enemy. So some of the options for many people were limited in the game. Now, the game developers decided to add this Blade Manticore. Let us see what the skill says. Deals physical damage to the targets and 2 surrounding legions. As you can see here, there is no restriction whatsoever. It means you will be able to use this pet with pretty much any cavalry march that you have in the game. It can do damage to 3 targets, which is pretty good. If you rush your cavalry into, a group of range units, you should be able to wreck them. And as you know, multiple cavalry, they like fighting together in close combat. So you're going to be getting a lot of good value from this pet. This pet is going to be very, very useful for a very long time. It has no restriction whatsoever. You should be able to use it in the near future as well when they introduce new heroes. Overall, a fantastic warpet. It can do so much for you in the open field. Now, this pet can also be used with your infantry if you want. I recommend it for your infantry. It's going to be very good. However, for the infantry, you're going to need something like the Venomous Lizard. That is hands down the best pet for the infantry troop type in the game. Those were the 5 warpets that you are never going to regret investing. Let's do a quick recap. What were those pets? We have the Sapphire Frederick, a universal magic warpet, useful with any magic troop type. We had the Shadow Manticore, a universal physical warpet that can be used with any physical troop type in the game. We had, what else? We had the Venomous Lizard, a physical warpet that can be used with any infantry pairing in the game. You won't regret investing in this pet. We had another one here known as the Sun Lizard, another fantastic warpet that can be used with pretty much any march in the game. It has no limitations. And last but not least, we also looked at the Blade Manticore. This is a universal pet for all the cavalry in the Call of Dragons. Now, there are so many warpets in Call of Dragons. A lot of them are also very relevant. Unfortunately, some of them will be left behind pretty soon. Now, I wanted to mention 2 very useful pets as well. They can be considered to this list. I just didn't want to make more than 5. So what are these pets? You have the Shadow Frederick. Shadow Frederick is a universal magical warpet This is another pet that you can invest for all of your magic troop types. You are never going to regret investing in this pet. The good thing is the end of season skills also does not depend on any hero. So that's going to be awesome for this pet. The next one that can be included in this list is going to be the Bruin Bear. The Bruin Bear has a counter attack pet skill. So when you do some counter attack to your enemies, you're going to be doing AoE damage. The only reason I don't like this pet is because it takes very long time for this pet to trigger its skill. And you know, most infantry will die very, very fast. You won't be able to get a lot of damage from this pet. By the time you get to trigger the skill of this pet, your infantry is probably at 30% HP and you won't be getting a lot of damage, which is why the Venomous Lizard is the priority for all the infantry pets in the game. And I think this is it pretty much for the video. Like I said, guys, there are so many war pets in the game, but you should be very, very careful on which pets you invest. The Night Rock is a very good pet, but I think it's going to be a trap for a lot of people. Syndrion, Freyga, I think are going to be left behind very, very soon. We have Magrat and Zeta, they are excellent. We are also going to be getting G4 archers very, very soon. Where does that leave your Syndrion and Freyga? I don't know for a lot of mage mains in the game. And when it comes to the Snowpeak Rock, this pet requires you to have some kind of defense break, so I wouldn't recommend it, but it's a good pet to have for someone who plays archers. But if you want some good value, war pets that are going to be useful for a very long time, you should invest in the 5 pets that I have mentioned. They will never be left behind. Thank you guys for watching. If you're new, subscribe for more content. Until then, talk to you guys in the next one. Bye bye for now.